Hey Keith, how are you today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good, so good to see you back again. Tell me why you're here today.
I'm just still feeling down and I just can't get out of the dumps, I guess. Like in our previous sessions, we figured out I was depressed and everything.
Okay, I'm going to take some notes today because I don't want to miss anything.
Okay.
So I'd like to set an agenda today. I really want to talk about your depression, but at the same time, is there anything I should know beforehand that you feel we should, talk about right now?
I got in a big fight with my mom, like, a few days ago.
Okay.
It was about money and everything, and it made me feel, like, really inadequate because I haven't been working and stuff.
Okay, and do you feel that's contributing to how you're feeling right now as well?
Yeah, that's, like, the biggest thing that's happened this week that's contributing to it.
Okay, so tell me some more about what happened with your mom.
Well, she just gave me a call and basically told me that she would support me for one more month and give me that amount of time to find a job, and if I didn't, then I'd have to come home and work for the company.
And how did that make you feel?
Well, I don't really want to go home. Like, I'm 23, I don't want to go live back at home now.
Okay, and what does 23 have to do with it, in your mind?
I feel like I'm old enough to be out on my own.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about that, about being on your own?
Well, I haven't like lived at home since I was 18, and I've lived thousands of miles away.
Okay.
I've never I don't even go home for most holidays, but my parents still support me financially, so.
Okay, so let me just make sure that I'm understanding. You've been on your own since 18.
Mm-hmm.
You're now 23. You haven't been home, but your parents are supporting you financially.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel because your parents are supporting you that you owe them anything, that you should go home more often? Do you feel guilty about that?
No, I don't. The relationship just isn't really there except for a business sense now.
Okay.
We've talked about how they're sending me to school and everything, and that's all that they want to pay for anymore because they think I should have a job. And
okay, so tell me about some specifics of the phone call.
Well, my mother called me and she said a short hi and a how are you doing, and then it was we've been waiting, your father and I have been waiting for you to get a job for 3 months now. I know you haven't put any effort into it, any effort into your resume, nothing, and we're really serious about this. And I'm like, oh, well, way to just attack me, and I felt attacked, but I felt sad at the same time because I want to get a job, it's just I guess I've been lazy.
Okay.
So.
All right, so tell me more about why you think you've been lazy.
Well, they're my parents, and I guess they are right that I haven't been trying very hard.
And how would they know that you haven't been submitting resumes?
Well, I don't know, they just would have expected me to have a job within 3 months, I guess.
Okay.
And they asked me to send me my resume when it was done, and I just haven't sent them one.
What are your parents' work ethics?
They're both pretty hard workers. My dad is retired now, and my mother, she does a lot of work around the house and everything, and owns her own businesses and stuff that aren't really affiliated with my father at all.
Okay.
So, they've been successful and worked real hard in their lives, and I work really hard too when I have a job, I just haven't gotten one, so.
Do you feel that puts more pressure on you?
Yeah, not really, I don't know. No, I don't think my parents' success puts pressure on me, no.
Okay. When your mom said to you, Keith, you need to get a job, you need to know what's going on, what did you say back to her?
I'm trying, like, I have school to worry about, and I still want to have, like, a life. I'll get a job, and, like, I didn't joke with her there, but, like, I joke with my friends, like, I'll wait for the job to come to me. And I don't know, I could just tell, like, it was disappointment, and I'm like my mom's only kid, so when you hear disappointment in her voice,
Crushing.
yeah, she's just whatever. But she was upset, and she's going through a lot right now, so I guess it just, like, with everything that's going on with my family stuff, it's really upsetting other things.
So is then, okay, so I heard you say your mom's going through a lot right now. What's going on with your mom, if you want to share?
Well, she's taking care of her mom while she's working and everything and stuff too. Her mom couldn't make it in a nursing home.
Okay.
So she's living in one of our rooms.
Okay.
So
your mom has added pressure on her, and her added pressure is putting more pressure on you as well.
I think so. I don't know. I'm sad about it. I definitely feel depressed. I don't really know what depression is, but...
Okay, you say you feel depressed, but you're not sure what depression is. Tell me some of the emotions that you're feeling.
Sadness.
Okay.
I guess inadequacy isn't an emotion, but I feel inadequate.
Well, but that's good because you're connecting thoughts and emotions, and often one goes hand in hand with the other. How we think will generally reflect how we feel. Talk about your inadequacy. Why do you think you're inadequate?
It all just kind of relates back to the job thing, and just I feel like I've been being lazy, but I'm too depressed to get out of my laziness.
Okay. Let's talk about your laziness a little bit, because you keep focusing on you're lazy. Tell me why you think you're lazy.
Well, I wake up whenever I feel like waking up.
Okay.
Like anywhere from 10 to like 2.
Okay.
And then like my day consists of what I'm gonna eat. Like don't do too much cleaning unless like I need to clean. Like I'll wear all the way up to my like last pair of jeans or last pair of underwear before I do all of my laundry.
Okay.
Instead of like just doing it whenever I have a load. I don't know, I'm lazy in the fact that with schoolwork I just do the bare minimum.
You do what you need to do to get by.
Yeah, and then I just don't have the job, and I don't have that, I think, because my parents are still supporting me. But when they say they're not going to support me, that makes me even more sad.
Have your parents told you before they were going to stop supporting you?
No, this is the first time.
Okay, so now you have, it's hard because you're feeling lazy, which really sounds more like depression. You wake up whenever, it's hard to get motivated, you have feelings of inadequacy, and then you have the pressure of what happens if I no longer have any money, my support system, who's going to take care of me. So that has to be scary in a way also.
It is, yeah.
What kind of jobs are you interested in doing, or have you done in the past?
I don't know. I'm kind of open to anything. Like, I didn't give them my resume because I didn't need one, but I applied to like Publix. Just something to fill up my time. I feel like just a job would get me back on track. In the past, I've worked everywhere from an oncology center, like just doing paperwork, to working at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Any one job that you enjoyed?
I enjoyed this one job at a golf course one time where I did like grounds maintenance. I had to get up really early, but it kept me on a good schedule, and it was kind of peaceful just working out on a golf course. But
so, do you think a job would keep you on schedule, or would it have to be a certain job?
I think just a job. I'm always good at being like prompt to to work.
Okay.
Never really late.
I'm still a little concerned with the fact that you term yourself inadequate and lazy. Has anyone ever told you that you were inadequate or lazy?
Yeah, I mean, people have told me I'm lazy for sure. Like, if I ask somebody else, like, while they're up to get me a beer or something, instead of, like, just getting up myself and getting one, I'll literally wait until they're ready to get one and be like, hey, will you get me one too? And, like, people catch on to that.
Yeah.
Or, like, anything, like the remote, like, I'll ask somebody else to do it for me.
But do they call you lazy?
Yeah, I've been called lazy for sure.
How does that make you feel?
Sad, angry sometimes.
Okay. Can you think of any time in this past week since we've met, besides when you've talked to your mother, that you felt sad? Any particular instance?
Yeah, like a few weeks ago I applied to like Publix, and I think I'm a good guy with like good work ethic when I am working and everything, and like I see some of the people in there getting jobs, and like when I didn't get a job there, I was like, wow, this is sad.
Yeah. So are you then comparing yourself to others?
Yeah, I would say a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not necessarily saying I'm better than anyone, but I do think that, like, seeing some people who have a job, and I feel like I would be just as good at that job.
Okay, so if we were to set a goal today, ideally, what would you want to happen? And obviously we know that you want to have a job, and you want to do a job, but let's talk about how you're going to take the steps.
Maybe the first goal would be to do something with my resume.
Okay. You know, Keith, just talking to you and learning about you the past couple weeks, you know, you're very competent, and I really, really, really think that if we set goals together that we can orient you and get you a job. I think we need to generate some new ways of thinking and how you think about yourself. But I think that your goal for next week, if you're willing to do some homework.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like homework with school, but as long as it's not too pressing.
No, it's not. It's not hard homework. It's homework that may help you. I really just want you to get a resume together. A resume that you're proud of, a resume that you feel is strong, list your strengths. That's the first thing. And the second thing I want you to do is just get a sheet of paper. Write down on there your feelings. When you're sad, if you have sadness, write it down. Write down that you're sad, and then thoughts of why you're sad at that time. And if you can't remember that, focus on your resume and bring that into me next week, and let's go over it.
Okay. What do you think would be the first step in getting that resume done?
List your positive attributes.
Okay.
Type them out. Look at yourself. What do I have to offer? And then from there, just put down your past experiences, your past jobs. Type it up.
That might make me feel better too, because if I think about what I do positively, I guess.
And I think once you see it, once you have to affirm with yourself the positivities in you, and you see them on paper, it's more concrete. So you have to validate yourself, because I think you're very, very worthwhile, Keith.
Okay.
All right, so let's do that, and then let's talk about next week. So focus on your homework and your resume, and if you can, please bring it in to me next week, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Keith.
Yep.